minutes, you said. It took nearly an hour.
It was important.
I should hope so. Hanging around a university campus wasn't my idea of fun on my afternoon off.
Let's forget about that. Think about the outing.
You still haven't told me what great secrets you've discovered.
I will, later. You see, elephants have a very complicated tooth arrangement. The grinding molars, it seems, are continually replaced during the animal's lifetime.
How fascinating.
Apparently, the teeth develop from buds at the end of a groove in the jaw. And as they grow, they move forward and into use, and then fall out and are replaced by other teeth coming along behind.
Ingenious.
But it can hit snags. Sometimes the teeth get jammed in the slot instead of falling out cleanly, and the result is something like an impacted wisdom tooth in a human.
And that's what Mary's got at the zoo.
Well, I'm afraid Mary's gone one step worse than that. The tooth has got jammed and an abscess has formed at the root.
Well, you'll just have to put it out then, won't you?
I wish it was as simple as that. Elephants' teeth have great complicated curved roots which are more or less woven into the jawbone. So we've got a real problem.
I thought you didn't like zoo work.
We've got to do what we can when an animal's suffering.
Donald Turner, you're a very nice bloke. And I think you're rather smashing. But you do let your work get in the way of your love life.
Do I?
Same again, is it, Harry?
It's worse than ever, Mr. Riley. Never seen her this bad.
Right, Harry, my son. You stop here with her. I'll get something organized.
I really think the best thing in the circumstances would be for us to put her down.
Put her down? You mean kill her just because of a bad tooth?
She can't go on living with it, that's certain. I can't keep on and on giving her painkillers, and in the end, the infection will kill her anyway.
But can't you operate?
We could try, but I wouldn't be very optimistic, right, Donald?
I'm afraid so, Mr. Rundle.
You see, Howard, we couldn't do it under a local anaesthetic. It's far too big a job. Well, Donald here has been studying the anatomy of elephants' jaws and teeth, and they're very complicated things.
Apart from the sheer size of the molar, it would be impossible to extract the tooth by pulling or even to lever it out because of the roots. So we'd have to cut out part of the jawbone itself.
Yeah, and that means a general anaesthetic, and we simply do not have anything suitable. We couldn't give an elephant chloroform or ether. She wouldn't drink chloral hydrate in sufficient quantities. It's far too bitter and barbiturate as well. The amount you would have to put into a vein would be so large it would take ages. And then it would probably damage the veins and tissues and depress the animal's breathing really seriously. It would almost certainly die from the anaesthetic.
Dear, this is terrible. That elephant is one of the most popular attractions in the zoo. And one of the biggest financial investments. This couldn't have come at a worse time.
I know, Howard, I know. But we can't let the creature go on suffering. Why don't you let me put it out of its misery, eh?
There is one new drug I've read about. It's not in general use yet, but the manufacturers claim that it's an important breakthrough in veterinary anesthesia.
What's that?
If I remember right, it's called phencyclidine. I read a note about it a few weeks ago in a veterinary bulletin.
Yes, I've seen something. I don't think anybody has much information yet, though.
But it might work.
If the manufacturer's claims are true.
But if they are, could you do the operation?
I don't pretend it would be easy, but it certainly shouldn't be impossible.
Well, will you find out about it? Surely you can go on giving her painkillers for a few days till you find out if it's worth trying.
So, do we take the risk?
With the elephant? Are you asking me?
You're the one who's suggesting this stuff. You're the one who's done all the homework on it, and on elephants' jaws and teeth, so you tell me. Is it worth taking the risk?
What's the alternative?
We put the animal down.
Seems to me Mary hasn't got anything to lose.
No.
Right. I'll ring the manufacturers. Get them to send a supply of the stuff up in the morning. Sorry. It must be an awful drag for you.
Yes, it is. I'm not used to playing second fiddle to a 4-ton monster.
If anything anything goes wrong tomorrow, we could kill her. And it's my responsibility. I persuaded Webb to try the operation.
So what? You told me she was going to die anyway.
It's hardly the same, though.
Look, if you're going to worry yourself sick about every animal you treat, you're going to make a great career as a vet, I don't think. If you can't face the idea of losing a patient occasionally, you should have picked something else to do with your life.
I became a vet because I care about animals. I don't want to end up like Morris Webb, seeing every animal as an entry in the accounts book. My ideal practice would not consist of an endless stream of she-cats to be sterilised.
Oh, for God's sake, stop being so bloody pious.
Pious?
Yes.
Because I care.
Pious and pompous and thoroughly boring.
Well, I'd rather be pompous than pitiless. Is that your ambition in life, to be a hard-nosed cynic with no feelings and no compassion?
Goodbye, Donald. I'll see you again sometime. When you've grown up.
Donald, could you give me a hand?
Come on, sorry. Don't take this here. Come on. All right.
Oh, young man. This new wonder drug of yours going to work?
Hope so, Mr. Randall.
Yeah, so do I.
Right you are then, sir. That's our bedding all ready for her.
Thank you, Mr. Riley.
How do you know she'll go down right side up?
No, we don't. We just have to rely on the ropes. So she's only got two sides, hasn't she? It's a 50-50 chance. Right, Mr. Riley, if you can get her attention so she'll stand still while we give her the injection.
Right you are then, Harry, my son.
Good girl.
She just loves bananas, you know. Can't ever get enough of them.
Right, Donald. Well, let's hope you haven't put it in a layer of fat, eh?
Why, what would happen then?
It would delay things. Might even minimize the effect. You're sure you calculated the dose right?
Given that we had to guess her weight, yes. I checked and double-checked.
Should we consider giving her a second dose?
I don't know how it might act in relation to the first one. What the cumulative effects might be.
No. Just made her feel a little dizzy. She might even take it into her head to run amok.
Oh, I've seen it happen.
I think I'll go and get a breath of fresh air.
Can you see Mary, mister?
No, son, not today. She's not very well.
Oh.
Sorry.
She's down. I reckon it's going to be a long job.
Right, Donald. That's the gum.